time for your weekly VOD review. Yes, honey. 3.5k, enemy is 4k plus. That's a terrible jump. That's a terrible bubble. Yikes. Yeah, this is cringe. Yeah, this is cringe. Oops a daisy. Let me guess, Tiki used personal bubble. No, they just jumped on him. Yeah, that's kind of what you gotta expect. So, double bubble, kind of the weak point of the composition, surprisingly, is the Zarya. And this is exactly what I tell my my teams to do whenever we're playing Rush against double bubble, is just like, find the Zarya and kill her. She is so weak. She is so vulnerable if you know how to play against her. So, you know, that should be your first lesson. Hopefully, Tiki won't make that mistake again, because that's like one of the that's kind of their major win condition. There's no way they do it. He falls for that same trap twice. You know, he's got to understand he needs to have a very solid retreat and actually a pretty good range, at least when they have speed boosts, you know, during the opening engagements. Here, what I would be doing is kind of be looking for that same monkey stuff I always do, where you just kind of jump up, you drop a bubble, you do a little zappy zappy zappy. When the bubble breaks, you drop down, and then by the time you have your next jump, you leap up again, and then you drop down really early so you don't obviously die. And then once you have your bubble and your leap again, you jump back up, and then you bubble, and then ooh. Fortunately, your Pharah popped off, right? The best way to play this against this composition, this sort of dive, is to extend the fight. If the Ryan can have concise, close range, fast battles, then he's going to win 9 out of 10 times. The only way to really beat a very good Rush composition as a dive team is to just burn their resources. You always have mobility, so it makes it way so if you are in trouble, then you can just fucking leave. You know, you can just not be there anymore. But the Ryan has a lot more difficulties of just leaving. He has to have a speed boost, he has to walk with shield, which slows him down. He's a lot of times tied down to the locations he's at, unless he can make a concise, like, unless he has cooldowns to actually make it there. Where if you're playing monkey or something, every 6 seconds you can just be like, I'm gonna go over there now. Every 4 seconds the demon just be like, bye, you know. So what I want to be seeing is sort of more like what is like fucking guerrilla tactics, pun intended, in the way you fight this, right? Be sneaky, right? Hit them and then bail, right? Hit and run tactics. That's what it's called. It is technically a guerrilla tactic, but basically hit and run tactics. And I probably would have kept the Zarya, but the D.Va is totally fine here. It just gives them less of a target. And then we swap to Ryan. Too much swapping. Too much swapping. Too much swapping. You swapped so much. You know, we've burnt 2.5 minutes, and ooh, now we're on the Reinhardt. Oopsie daisy. They just have more cooldown. They just have more Qs than you. You know why? Because they didn't change their fucking comp. See, this is what I mean, like at the higher levels, Overwatch is not about swapping comps. It's not about changing heroes. It's not like a rock, paper, fucking scissors game, right? It's a rock, paper, scissors game where rock can beat paper if it's good enough at being rock, right? That's what was happening there, right? There's a slight disadvantage. You guys are at a disadvantage playing dive against Rush, but to swap compositions, especially after the first or even second fight, puts you at such a disadvantage, and gives the enemy team such a lead in their ultimate economy that you're just going to get steamrolled for the next 2 minutes. Tiki's dead again. Do they have bomb? Tiki, you're at fucking 12% of your ults. Go swap. The second this happened, you should have swapped your fucking heroes and then got back to D.Va. You should have walked back to spawn. Come on, this is basic. This is basic. What are you doing? You're wasting our time for 12% of your ult charge. Now we're taking this fight completely disadvantaged. What are we doing? Imagine if we had a defense matrix right now. I'm just saying, what if we had a defense? What's up, Colby? What's up, Colby Cheese? I fucking hate Tiki. I'm gonna say it. Tiki got me fucking pissed, bro. The biggest thing is just you swapped comp so far, though. Like, you have a way to... You need to understand matchups, right? In the bigger picture, you need to understand the circle of comps, or the triangle of comps, being like poke, dive, and rush, right? At least that's how I describe them. And how, like, rush has an advantage over dive, dive has an advantage over poke, and poke has an advantage over rush. But, you know, that's not all there is, you know? Dive can beat rush sometimes, rush can beat poke sometimes, and poke can beat dive sometimes. It comes down to a skill matchup, right? And then there's the whole composition in the middle. I made a whole fucking video about this. Everyone should watch this video. It is brilliant. It is very well done, and probably has one of my favorite fucking thumbnails in the world. You might be thinking, oh, favorite thumbnails in the world? What? I wonder what the thumbnail could be if he says that. It's Sarah Tuzin for the band Illuminati Hotties. Ah, look at her. Ah. I love it so much. I love it so much. Yeah, I pretty much sit you guys down and for 25 minutes talk about how to play poke, how to play dive, how to play rush. You can see I have little diagrams, little text and stuff. Very well made video. Talk about how they interact with each other, how they can play around each other, and in the middle, this is sort of like how to build compositions with this in mind. And everyone, especially on the team level, should know how this works. If you don't know how this works, then you don't know, you don't understand. I don't like my own video. You don't understand Overwatch at a macro level. This is I wouldn't say 101. This is a little bit more advanced. I would say this is maybe like 200 level, probably not 300 level. But this is crucial information. And if you have never thought about Overwatch in this way, if you've never thought about it as like how to counter each other, right, how to counter the counters and how to build compositions within this system, then you truly haven't thought about Overwatch. Truly haven't thought about Overwatch really profoundly yet, you know? This video really helped me, not gonna lie. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Tiki, how's it going? Welcome to the chat. You're doing great. You're doing a wonderful job. I have had absolutely zero issues with anything you've done on any hero that you've played in this VOD or in other VODs that Kopi has sent. This is a pretty interesting... Who's pushing card here? Okay, Lucio is. So there's a couple of ways to think about cart progress. On this map, I actually would prefer the D.Va to be on cart, and the second they get to the bridge, I would want my D.Va to use boosters to get back to this high ground. Because what's happening here is if you choose to take this fight on this high ground, you are just straight up without speed boost. So like right here, it would have really benefited for you to have your Lucio. The cart progress that the Lucio made from, like, you know, here to here doesn't really matter because you lost the fight. What I suggest is if there's a map with like high ground is really crucial, then what you want to be doing is having the D.Va or a character that can easily get back to the high ground with, you know, like little risk and little cost. Like D.Va has a 4-second cooldown, she can do that. She can take the fight a 6v6, make it a 6v6 over here, and even though the cart stopped, it's more important to win the fight itself. Nice use. Unfortunate. What happened there? How did we get shattered? We literally have a Reinhardt walking with shield. Hello? Hello? Oh, the flash bang? Is that what happened? It looks like flashbang. That's at a stupid fucking range. I want to see that again. Oh. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Why aren't we DMing? Why don't we have defense matrix? Let me see it. Oh, we wasted DM. Mamma mia. Oh my goodness. Yesterday we talked about this so many times. But this is a lesson that anyone kind of can learn. With defensive cooldowns, you want to be using them reactionary. You don't want to walk around the corner thinking damage is going to come and defense matrixing. What you can do instead is walk around the corner and wait for them to start noticing you. They go, oh look, an enemy. Oh look, I'm in flashbang range. Oh look, I'm going to look up and throw the flashbang. And that's when you defense matrix. But when you defense matrix assuming damage is going to come, there's a good chance you're just going to waste a very, very valuable cooldown. Like this entire play, you should have 6-man wiped them here. This should have been the cleanest. Look at this wall. Look at this high noon speed in. Look at this play. This is a brilliant play. Right? And you would have completely shut down the counterplay as well. But we just didn't use our cooldowns correctly. Right? And it's literally this. It's literally this, right? It's literally just DMing, wait for it, here and DMing here. You DM'd before you even walked around the corner. Tiki, I'm not trying to make fun of you. I think you're doing a great job. Even though if you watch back this VOD, I'm not very nice about it. It's just the little things like that, you know? People might look at like my coaching and be like, oh, isn't that kind of like super micro and insignificant? No, it's very significant. And it's for cases like this that matter the most. And get fucking rolled, D's. Hey, D's, nice mailed. Just kidding, nuts. Yeah, actually this is a huge mistake just throwing it like this. Yikes, that was a really bad mailed. Ooh, you didn't even think about playing around the... You didn't even think about the diva. Once again, I want my diva to be pushing cart because the Rein wants to be on this high ground. It's going to take a lot longer for the Rein to get up there than our diva. And yeah, now that you guys are on the high ground, you're on the low ground. Oops, the enemy have the high ground. Hey guys, you want to see something really cool? You guys want to see something really, really cool? I'm going to show you something really cool. Oh no, it's almost like you guys didn't even try to go to the high ground. Oh no. Sometimes a fight is just straight lost before it even begins. And it lost because you made a bad decision. Y'all just routed incorrectly. You should have had your diva on cart and everyone go to the high ground, and the diva would just kind of hold there, and then you guys would back off, but you would at least force cooldowns out of them. Yeah, unfortunate. It was probably lost in that fight no matter what. Oh, I just realized I'm also not on the screen. I must have pressed a button. I'm back. Oh, because the Reaper is going for a TP play, and he gets spotted. Ha ha ha, dummy. They actually really fucked that up. What they should have done is when they're making this rotation, that's when the Reaper should have TP'd. So like there's too much going on and they have to split their attention to sort of notice the Reaper. But because the Reaper went first, then it was very easy to isolate, take the fight with the Reaper, then rejoin with the rest of the team. Big mistake on the enemy team. They really fucked up the timing of that. Right, you want to be doing everything at once. So like if one person is starting to go on a flank, the other team should start going on the rotation. So by the time both of you guys are done, you meet in the center at the same time. I like this joke. This joke is great. Great. Like I don't understand that you guys land that Maywall and then stay on the high ground. Stephen Bills, Lamau, yeah. You guys need to push there. High key needed to push there. Like they just don't have two of their teammates right there. Even with that high noon, you could have made a play there. Okay, might not be a good high noon. Yeah. Yeah, Juan, well, oh sorry, his name's not even Juan. I didn't even realize there's a fucking there's an L-I in the middle of his name. I literally read it as Juan, and I was like, oh, that's Juan, right? That's how you spell that. Julian. Imagine your name being Julian and this fucking random Twitch streamer is like, yes, nice job, Juan. I'm a fucking idiot. Honestly, okay, so right now you can fun little fact. If you look at the top of your screen, you can see that two people are pushing the payload. You know what that means? There's only 4 people here. You know what that means? If you were to push right now, it would be a 6 versus a 4. And you know, I'm not a mathematician. I am Asian, but I'm no math major. But I think 6 is a little bit bigger than 4. Yeah, no, you guys should have pushed that. You guys should have so fucking pushed that. Tiki just doing his own shit. Oh my god, Tiki just doing his own shit. Like, fuck it, we're making an engagement. Throws bomb. Throws bomb into the fucking gutter. It's okay, we've all done that before. Nice job, Julian. Nice job, Julian. And I'm not just saying your name over and over again to make up for the fact I kept calling you Juan. Yeah, see how they just always get to set the pace on you. Like, one of the advantages of being on high ground, especially in like a rush composition, is you just get to choose when to take the fight. If you're on the low ground, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna stand up there like, hey, can we fight? Can you guys come down here and take a fight? You know, and the fucking Chads up here just like, no. They get to choose when to fight you, and that often means if you get poked out, you are going to lose the fight. Like, if your shield gets too low or you use too much defense matrix or have to use lamp, you guys just lose the fight because they just push you. If they get their shield low or use too much DM or use lamp on the high ground, well, they can just not push you. You know? How big of an advantage is that? They just can choose not to take a fight with you. And as dumb as that sound, that is such a huge advantage. Tiki! I'm watching this from the Kree's perspective. I'm not even watching it from the Diva's POV. I want to see how dumb this looks, my guy. Come on, man. That one wasn't real. Hey man, this is not the first time I've seen you with no defense matrix losing mech. I'm just saying there might be a slight correlation between defense matrix usage and HP. You know, just saying it, putting it out there. Oh, Julian, let's go, poggers. Oh, Soapy, Soap Boy, Soaps, hello. Yeah. Okay, so basically, and I still have to make a video on this. Oh, that's gonna be my next video. I should make a video this week talking about the Rein v Rein matchup, especially with Shatter. Reins don't like to shatter when pushing forwards, right? If you're pushing forwards and then you press Q, it makes it really easy for the enemy Reinhardt to just block it. Because, you know, if you're already backing up, like this Rein's already backing up, he's shield hopping backwards, he's playing defensively, it's really easy to block the shatter because they are already thinking, right, I need to protect myself. And then you hit the shatter and your shield's already up. And it's like, oh, that was easy. So the best time to shatter in the Rein v Rein is when you're retreating, right? So if this Rein is pushing and this Rein is retreating, right? This guy doesn't want to press Q. This guy doesn't want to press Q because he's pushing forward. He just wants to swing his fucking hammer. If he throws a shatter right now, it's going to get blocked and he's going to look like a goofus. This guy wants to press Q though, because what he's trying to do is bait you in. He's baiting the enemy in. He's baiting like, hey, don't have your shields up, swing at me, throw a fire strike, go right ahead, even press your ultimate. Come on, you have the advantage anyways. And then boom, you get hit with that shatter, and then this Reinhardt, who doesn't have a shield up because he's just swinging his hammer, gets shattered. Right? This is basically Rein 1v1 sort of like matchup ideas. You need to understand when a Rein throws a shatter when he's backing up, not when he's pushing forwards. And this goes doubly for when the Rein loses shield, right? When that Rein shield breaks, think about it. How is he going to survive? He can't live. He is going to die. If he is in the middle of the map, right? He can only survive for so long with a 5-second cooldown. 5 seconds is a long time in the middle of a fight. Before he can even put his shield up again. How is he gonna live? It's gonna do what's called a desperado, right? A desperado is sort of like when you know you're going to die, you do something that would still get you killed, but you can get value from it. What he's gonna do is throw the shatter, right? When his shield breaks, he's backing up, has no shield, he's getting swung on by the enemy Rein. What's his only option left? Right? What's the only thing that he can do in his control to survive? It's to throw out the fucking shatter, baby. So what I'm saying here is, Soap, if you knew this, if you understood this Rein matchup sort of detail, the second that the enemy's shields broke, you should have known a shatter was coming. Right? See how he's backing up right now? See how he's low HP? See how that shield is broken? I think it's broken. It is broken. Yeah, see how that shield broke? You have to expect that shatter here. You have to be playing around that. And the fact that you didn't kind of just loses you the game. And to be fair, that is a high-level thing to pay attention to. That is very, very complicated with a lot of different varieties and stuff. But if you were able to pull that off correctly, if you had that in your mind while you were pushing in on him, while his shields broke, you could have completely changed the fate of this game.
About you and how you've been treating me, and I thought, why do I love you?
The house creaks as the sun hits my blind eyes. I can feel the cold outside. So tell me what you see.